Welcome back to Janae's House of Beauty, aquatic version. Second part to me adding fish to my new 55-gallon aquarium. Okay, so last time we left off, I had just filled up the entire tank and got the filter system running and everything. But it becomes more technical at this part. Since it's a new tank and I don't have that much beneficial bacteria, I came up with an idea with transferring a lot of the plants and the substrate from my current tank where my fish were in over into my 55-gallon. Okay, well, I know I'm doing this per se for beneficial bacteria, but I also like the fact that I can have a different texture. Um, I currently have the black fluorite sand that I purchased, but the only problem with this substrate is that it's really fine. So I think I would prefer to add the rockier but tighter forming gravel. That way my plants can kind of have a grip or something to grab root to. And as you can see, while I was rescaping the tank, I added one of my betta fish. I've had him for about a year. He's my black orchard betta fish. His name is Junior. Don't ask me why. So far, I have added some of the trident that I had in the previous tank. I've added one of these ferns. I don't remember what type of fern it was. I picked up a glass lid for the aquarium, also lighting, which was very nice. It really lit up the aquarium very nice. As you can see here, it has a lot of settings, which I'm gonna get into later. And Junior's just in there swimming around, and that's kind of what I want him to do to kind of jumpstart this beneficial bacteria in the aquarium. So I'll let him do his thing while I continue to scape. He's used to me scaping for the year that he's been with me. So you're just going to see me scaping here and trying to get the roots down into the substrate as much as I can. That way I don't lose too much of this plant from the roots being uncovered. And as you can see, one of the reasons why I really wasn't too keen to the black sand substrate is as much as dust it kicked up as I tried to handle the roots by hand. It just really made a big mess. You can see me here waiting for the dust to clear out a little bit first. Starting off with a couple more plants that I purchased very cheap at PetSmart. It's not exactly what I'm going for as far as a fully planted aquarium yet, but hopefully I'll get there. It might just take a long while for everything to grow to where I need it to be, and a couple more purchases, of course. Now, don't get me wrong, I am very tempted to cut this plant, this fern, because it's growing so crazy at this moment. But since I replanted it and submerged. I'm just going to kind of let it do its own thing and leave it alone right now. I'm not going to clip it. I'm just going to make sure that it's fertilized and leave it be. You're just going to see me adding more substrate here. Now, I don't know if you can see the substrate difference like I can with the visual eye, but it does something completely different from the tank when you begin to add depth and the differences in the substrate. Like it completely looks better than just the whole sand look for me. Like I said, I'm just a beginner here. I'm always following like King of DIY, Joey, Solid Gold, a couple other aquatics, Ohio Fish Rescue. I've learned a lot from watching those aquarium hobbyists on YouTube. And as you can see, I have about 5 neon tetra that I'm currently transferring from one tank to the other. This is going to be like a grow out tank for everybody as I transfer. Okay, so I have one more tank to show you. And this one is in my bedroom. I have Endler guppies and hatchet fish. I'm trying to get into the breeding process, so I'll see how that goes. If I'm successful and I've grown them to a considerable amount of fry, I might be able to add them to the 55 gallon. And of course, there is a boss to the tank, and it's another one of my betta fish. This one doesn't have a name, but he's been in my bedroom for the longest, and I think he's beginning to be one of my new favorites. Okay, so about a week and a half later, you can see that I've already added one of my double dark angel fish to the aquarium. Now that I feel like I'm secure, I have tested the water. The ammonia is down to a level to where I think they should be able to handle it, so I'm going to start transferring them here. Okay, so basically I started off with 4 angel fish, as you can see. They're all different types, from a platinum to a marble to a blue, and the double dark. Okay, so I had a lily plant at home that just wasn't doing too good in my care. So I said if it ever got too bad, I was going to clean it up and put it in the top of the aquarium. So it's the perfect time since I got a new 55 gallon to see if it would do better at the top of my aquarium in the water and me just leaving it alone. And there goes some of the neon tetra again in my tank. Now that the fish have begun to settle, I had to make some really big decisions with the tank, and I kind of didn't want any aggressive fish. And my blue angel fish was like really aggressive for some reason, and my other fish just they weren't comfortable in the aquarium. So I kind of had to take him to another cellar and restart the vibe in the tank. I didn't really want that much aggression between my angel fish. So currently I have 3 angel fish, which are kind of still like juvenile, so they still have room to grow. So I kind of want to see how big they're actually going to get while I continue to rescape the tank and add more plants and make it into the aquarium that I want it to be. I also have some Harley Quinn tetra mixing in with the neon tetra here. Now, one thing I never had in my tank until this time, I guess because I've never had wood in my tank either, but I started getting this white moss to show up on the wood. And I did a couple research, and it actually says that it's harmless. It'll leave in due time. It mostly happens on new aquariums. So basically there's nothing to worry about. But I will definitely keep you updated on this massive white moss growth. Okay, and so the one trick that I wanted to show you about the lights was that I can actually program this thing to run at certain times. I can switch the lights on and off, and I can also change color at whim. Now that there's no more aggression in the tank, I got them to school, and that's what I want. They still have established a pecking order, and we know that my marble is the boss for now, but it's still a little bit more of a harmony than an aggression. If you like this video and would like to see more of the aquatic version of Janae's House of Beauty, hit like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified for my next upcoming video and tutorial.